Within the human body, composed of trillions of cells, lies a remarkably precise system of energy transformation. At the heart of these processes are protons and electrons, elementary particles that participate in fundamental metabolic reactions, providing life to every cell. Understanding their roles allows us not only to uncover the basics of human physiology, but also to gain insights into the mechanisms of many diseases. At the core of each cell are mitochondria, the organelles responsible for energy production. This is where protons and electrons play their pivotal roles. The process we're talking about is called cellular respiration, a complex series of chemical reactions that convert nutrients like glucose into ATP or adenosine triphosphate, the universal energy currency of life. ATP acts like a rechargeable battery, storing energy that cells can use whenever they need it. But before ATP can be synthesized, protons and electrons must undergo a highly coordinated process. Electrons take center stage in the electron transport chain, a critical step in cellular respiration. The process begins with molecules like NADH and FADH2, which deliver electrons to specialized proteins embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane. These proteins, functioning like relay stations, pass electrons down the chain, releasing energy at each step. Each of these stations is a complex molecular structure that uses the energy from electrons to pump protons from inside the mitochondria into the intermembrane space. This creates a proton concentration gradient, a difference in proton levels comparable to the voltage in a battery. This gradient is crucial for the next phase. Protons, accumulated in the intermembrane space, begin flowing back into the mitochondria through a special enzyme known as ATP synthase. Imagine this enzyme as a tiny water turbine. As protons flow through it, their movement powers the enzyme to convert ADP and phosphate into ATP. This process generates the energy that allows your muscles to contract, your heart to beat, and your brain to think. It's astonishing how perfectly coordinated the actions of protons and electrons are, two of the simplest building blocks of matter working in harmony. Cellular respiration is an extraordinarily efficient process. From just one molecule of glucose, the human body can produce about 30 to 32 molecules of ATP. By comparison, a car engine converts only about 25% of the energy in fuel into motion. This means your mitochondria are far more efficient than even the best machines humans have ever created. However, this process has its limits. When oxygen is scarce, for example during intense physical exertion, mitochondria switch to an alternative method. Instead of aerobic respiration, anaerobic fermentation takes over, producing less ATP and leading to the buildup of lactic acid. This is why your muscles burn during strenuous exercise. When the mechanisms of cellular respiration are disrupted, the consequences can be severe. Mitochondrial diseases, such as MELAS syndrome, result from genetic mutations that impair the electron transport chain. Symptoms of these conditions include muscle weakness, fatigue, and even strokes. Interestingly, mitochondria have their own DNA, which is inherited exclusively from the mother. Mutations in mitochondrial DNA can lead to a range of metabolic disorders, making mitochondria a unique and fascinating area of medical research. Another challenge arising from the movement of electrons is the production of reactive oxygen species, ROS. These molecules can damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. Excessive ROS leads to oxidative stress, a key factor in aging and the development of diseases such as atherosclerosis, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Modern science is exploring ways to regenerate mitochondria and boost levels of NAD+, a key molecule in electron transfer. Gene therapies, supplementation with compounds that enhance cellular metabolism, and methods to protect mitochondria are opening new avenues for treating diseases and improving quality of life. The world of protons and electrons, though invisible to the naked eye, forms the foundation of life on Earth. Their interplay in metabolic processes is like a meticulously orchestrated symphony, accompanying every breath, every movement, and every thought. Understanding these processes not only helps us appreciate our bodies better, but also opens new paths for medical breakthroughs and health preservation.